Everyone in crypto talks about privacy. Almost nobody builds it right. They'll give you wallets, they'll give you mixers, they'll give you a checkbox that says shielded. But that's not exactly what privacy is. Real privacy is not an option you can basically just turn on. It's basically more of a system you just can't turn off. So today we'll be ranking the few networks that actually solve it, not by market cap, not by hype, and not actually by who shouts the loudest on X. First up, we've got Zano. Zano is not a privacy coin, it's a privacy chain. There's a difference. And every transaction is private, every asset is confidential, and there's no transparent layer. For now, it uses a hybrid proof of work and proof of stake system, therefore transitioning into a proof of stake model with RingCT, stealth addresses, confidential assets, and something called zk-SNARKs. In simple language, it's a fusion of zero knowledge proofs and Monero style cryptography. What that means in plain English is simple. You can just have private stable coins, private tokens, private bridges, private staking, and nobody can see a single number. And Zano is the only network on this list, which is designed for enterprise-grade privacy at scale, I'd say. It's number one by architecture and not just marketing. And moving on, we've got Monero. Monero is basically digital cash, not crypto cash, not regulated cash, but real cash. Ring signatures, stealth addresses, Dandelion++ routing. It has been attacked, analyzed, and stress tested for over a decade now. And I feel when governments actually want to know what real privacy looks like, they kind of study Monero. And everything else kind of compares itself to it. And next up in the estate, we've got Pirate Chain. Pirate Chain does not believe in optional privacy as it should be. It uses pure zk-SNARK shielding on every transaction, and there is no transparent mode. And through Komodo's delayed proof of work, it anchors its security into Bitcoin itself. Next up, we've got Zcash. Zcash is basically where zero knowledge came from. It's the academic root of zk-SNARKs, the foundation of half of the privacy tech in crypto. And yes, the shielding is optional, but now over 30% of transactions use full privacy, still not fully private, I'd say. And in institutions and research circles, Zcash is still considered the cleanest zero knowledge implementation in the industry. Next up, moving on to the 8th tier, we've got Anyone protocol. Is building something different, not just private money, but private identity, private reputation, private voting. It's a privacy operating system for Web3. And in 2026, when digital identity collides with AI and governance, I think this kind of becomes the go-to project and probably the breakout candidate for the year. Next up, we've got BDX. Beldex does not get headlines, it gets used. Mandatory mixing, encrypted messaging, private staking. It's quite becoming a privacy payments layer. It's kind of steady, consistent, and underrated because I don't think most people know about it. Next up, we've got the B tier. And in this tier, we'll be putting in projects which are serious, which haven't just captured the mass usage yet. You've got Secret Network. It runs private smart contracts. Next up, we'll put in Ergo, which runs Sigma protocols and privacy badges here. And we'll also put Oasis, which focuses on enterprise data privacy. Next up, we've got Firo, which pushes anonymity sets through Lelantis. Next up, we've got Pivx. It's a resilient community chain, I'd say. Strong engineering, but limited adoption still. Now moving on, we have the C tier. These are the kind of projects which actually try but don't fully commit. I'll put in Dash here, which gives you speed, and I won't say it's truly private. I'll put Tornado Cash, which is now a legal minefield, I'd say. And moving on to the D tier, I think these are the ecosystems that still exist, but their momentum is kind of topsy-turvy. I'd put NYM here, which hides metadata, not the money part of things. I'd add Dusk here, which focuses on compliant finance first, just that, and then I'll add Zeph to it, which is still proving itself. And also, shout out to Zealous. Zealous could also probably be listed somewhere around the C and D tier. And I feel mostly people think that privacy is just a feature, but it's not. It's a discipline. It's something you fully, incorporate. If your blockchain lets users choose transparency, governments will choose it for them. But the only chains that will probably survive in the privacy narrative are actually the ones that never give you the option. And I feel because in the next decade, in the next upcoming decade, your financial privacy will be much more valuable than your money itself. So be smart about your choices. And yeah, I hope this video helped you in any way. So if it did, just hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and also push on that notification bell for future updates from OCT. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.